5 takeaways as Sale Sharks storm past Harlequins in statement Premiership win. The big picture Sale Sharks closed out their calendar year in emphatic fashion, demolishing Harlequins 43-17 at the CorpAcq Stadium after an explosive second-half performance. The night began badly for the hosts when Marcus Smith intercepted a loose pass to score inside 3 minutes. Sale quickly steadied themselves, though, with Alex Wills and Luke Cowan-Dickey crossing either side of a Smith penalty. Just when it seemed Sale had seized control, Harlequins struck on the stroke of halftime through Jack Walker to take a narrow lead into the break. Rather than deflating the Sharks, that moment appeared to ignite them. Sale returned after the interval with ferocious intent, tearing Quins apart with 5 unanswered tries. Jacques Vermeulen led the charge with a brace, while Rakiti Mossy-White, Raffi Quirke, and former Harlequin Nathan Jibilu added further scores as the hosts ran riot. The familiar Sale surge, a late-season push up the Premiership table, has become something of a tradition for Sale Sharks, and this performance felt like the launch of another such charge. Director of Rugby Alex Sanderson admitted this week that some blunt conversations followed last weekend's heavy defeat to Northampton Saints. Judging by this response, those words landed. While the first half was solid rather than spectacular, the second half delivered everything Sanderson could have hoped for. Sale reverted to their tried and tested strengths: physical dominance, relentless breakdown pressure, and front football. That control up front unlocked space, both around the fringes and across the back line, allowing their attack to flourish. After losing 3 of their previous 4 matches, this victory feels like a timely reset, and potentially the spark that reignites their playoff ambitions. The Harlequins unravel again. If last weekend's defeat to Bristol was about a poor opening 40 minutes, this loss was defined by a total second-half collapse. Harlequins are a side that thrives on confidence, something clearly in short supply at present. Walker's try before the break should have provided momentum, but once Sale struck early in the second half, the visitors visibly wilted. From there, the pattern was grimly familiar. Quins began losing the physical battle, decision-making around the breakdown slowed, tackles were missed, and the scoreboard started to run away from them. Each try seemed to sap belief further. This leaves Harlequins languishing in 8th place with just 8 points from the season so far, a worrying reflection of how far they have fallen behind the Premiership's pace-setters, including a Sale side now sitting just above them. England's bench puzzle gains a new option. Raffi Quirke's move to the wing early in the match may prove more significant than it initially appeared, not just for Sale, but potentially for England. Steve Borthwick has spoken openly about exploring a 7:1 bench split, a tactic that requires at least one back capable of covering multiple positions. Quirke's outing on the wing, following a similar cameo against Clermont in Europe, suggests he could fit that mold. The scrum half showed real promise out wide, carrying for 64 meters from just 7 runs. His pace, awareness, and support play stood out, while his defensive reads, including a well-timed jam that forced an error from Cunningham-South, showed encouraging adaptability. His kick chase for his try was another moment of genuine winger instinct. There are still areas to develop, particularly under the high ball, but continued exposure in this role could firmly put Quirke back on England's radar after a long international absence. England auditions everywhere you looked. This match doubled as a showcase of England selection battles, with several key positional duels unfolding. The headline clash between George Ford and Marcus Smith largely lived up to expectations. Ford, back from injury, controlled proceedings with trademark composure despite missing a couple of kicks at goal. Smith, meanwhile, impressed with his sharp opportunism for his early try and flashes of creativity, even if the result went firmly against him. Both fly halves will feel they strengthened their claims. But team number 8, Tom Curry and Cunningham-South offered contrasting styles. Curry operated like an extra flanker, while Cunningham-South played the more traditional role, but both delivered physical, effective performances. The hookers also impressed. Luke Cowan-Dickey was influential for Sale, while Jack Walker made his mark for Quins before his evening ended early due to an HI verdict. Sale looked like a team rediscovering its identity, while Harlequins appeared short on answers. One side is building momentum at just the right time. The other is searching desperately for belief.